Sometimes the first part of the video gets cut off and I hate that, so I'm just waiting to make sure. All right, hello and welcome to this here investigation. So what we're looking at today, God says to take a look at accepting disappointments gracefully. Why is it important to accept disappointments gracefully? Or what is so good about accepting disappointments gracefully? So, two times that came out in the deck for me. So the first time I was checking to see what I should go live about, and these are the cards that came out. So first we have these two came out. Accept disappointments gracefully and reevaluate your priorities. And then the next card that came out after that was forgive and forget. At the bottom of the deck, we have embrace your power. Now, the reason why I'm showing you that is because I was led to another deck to check to see what I was supposed to be talking about, because I thought this here message was for me. But God was already way ahead of me, telling me what I should actually share with everybody. So what the cards that came out, well, these three came out together. So these two came out together, and then this one. So this is like pouring love, compassion in abundance on the disappointments. So that's accepting disappointments gracefully. So even though you feel like this, God says, be cool. Be real cool. So devil is excess. The devil card talks about excess. Okay. So yeah, put in a big effort to be cool, even in the midst of sadness and disappointment. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, look at the card that came out. The King of Pentacles. What's the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles is talking about stability. Mental, financial, social, big man thing. Big girl thing. So King, Queen of Pentacles. So this is the masculine energy when it comes to those. So the masculine energy is that take charge energy. This is not the submissive energy. This is the energy that's willing to do what it takes to make it happen. Okay? To bring about that stability, you're bringing about your happiness again, to stay on track when it comes to your personal goals and things like that, right? And then it was followed by the Three of Wands. So that talks about looking towards the future, okay? Then we have the sword, the Ace of Swords. And in this one, I'm getting the victorious energy, all right? Followed by the Nine of Pentacles. So in order to stay in this victorious energy, because the Nine of Pentacles talks about being self-sufficient, self-reliant, being able to get up and get it for yourself, being able to push yourself forward even when you feel like crap. Okay? So by accepting disappointments gracefully, you will stay in your power. So you don't, it's nice to have people to spur you on. It's nice to have people to encourage you into positivity and towards success, but you don't need it if you choose to accept disappointments gracefully, because disappointments is like a big stumbling block. It has the power to stop you in your tracks and derail you. But we need to see that derailment as divine guidance. Whether you like to hear that or not, it's in your best interest to see that derailment as divine guidance so you can maintain your stability. Okay? Because if you don't see disappointment as divine guidance, then what will you see it as? You see it as life being unfair. You see it as people hating you. You look at it in a whole bunch of negative ways. And what does that do? That makes you angry. That makes you feel disappointed. That makes you feel disheartened. So if you want to stay on that positive, powerful frequency, it's in your best interest to see disappointments as God saying, no, don't go that way. Go this way. Cry if you have to, be vexed if you want to, but don't stay in that energy. You know? Go forward. So, accepting disappointments gracefully. What I'm gonna do is, that was my 2 cents. That was my introduction. Okay? And that's why when I do readings, I did a Capricorn reading recently, and even my own personal situation, I've come to the conclusion that it's like, what good is it when somebody has hurt you to wish for their downfall or wish for them to pay for what they did? I feel like that's wasted energy, because if I have the power to wish, if I have the power to make anything that I want happen to happen, why not make a wish for myself? Why not make a wish of positivity, a wish of prosperity, a wish of success, a wish for wisdom? You know what I'm saying? That same energy that I would put out, that same desire, you know, that I would put out to hope that somebody pays for whatever they did to me, I could be using that in a positive way, because I have hopes, I have dreams, and I could use that extra push, you know, to make myself happy. Because it's like, they don't care about me anyway. So if you don't care about me so much so that you want to hurt me, why should I waste my time and energy trying to hurt you? If I have power, I should use it on myself. Bless myself. I don't know, it just seems more productive to me. Alright, so let's see, what does God want to tell us about accepting disappointments gracefully? Let's turn that down a bit. Accepting disappointments gracefully. What do you want to tell us about that, please, Most High? What do you want us to know about that? Okay, so I'm being led to the Goddess deck and the Shaman Dream deck, I think. So, look at that, the Goddess deck, that's the highest. That is high frequency, high energy. This deck is full of winning moves. So let's see, what does God want to tell us about accepting disappointments gracefully? And it's like, if you are one of those people who believe that karma is real, why are you wasting your wish or your prayer or your energy on this person and their karma? Because karma happens naturally, doesn't it? So we've been doing this thing backwards for a while. And it's like, when somebody does me something wrong and I use my energy to wish them bad, that shit hurts me. It's like, I can feel it in my belly, I can feel it in my head. That anger, it stays and it lingers with you until something happens. But if you let it go and leave it to karma and use that positive energy on yourself, right away you're healed. Right away the sun shines for you. Yeah. Life has taught me. Two more times. What does God want to teach us about accepting disappointments gracefully? Okay. Okay. So we got Sekhmet, the red lady. It says, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Ooh, interesting. You have to go dig into that one. Let me see that again. Let me read that again. It says, I am pure strength. So the question is, what does God want to teach us about accepting disappointments gracefully? Okay, so it says, I am pure strength. So that means you can do it. So there's no way or no reason for you to deny yourself from doing it, or for you to prohibit yourself from doing it, because you are pure strength. Okay. And it also strengthens you, because like I showed you, the Nine of Pentacles, being able to, and the King of Pentacles, being able to maintain your own self-sustenance. That's why it's important to accept disappointments gracefully, so nobody can derail you with that nonsense. It's like a superpower. Then it says, I honor my anger by giving voice to it. So with us having to deal with disappointments, God is not telling us to not talk about it, not acknowledge it, you know, to not do anything at all with it. The vibe is you have the strength. So it's like, even if you take a moment to address this anger, address this disappointment, address this person or whatever, don't stay in that anger. Don't linger in that place. Okay? Don't linger there. You have the power to stop yourself from being angry. Turn that shit off. And if you can't turn it off, pray for God to turn it off. So you have the power. You have the strength. Okay? The underlying issue, let's see what we got. It says, the poetess. It says, I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. So this is the goddess deck, like I said. So they're going to talk about women. But let's see how that relates. So it says, I love every inch of my body. Okay, so I'm not getting the physical body. I'm getting the spiritual journey. I love every inch of my spiritual journey. And I love the women. The women would be replaced with like the challenges in my life fiercely. Now let's take a look at disappointments. Now, when we try to accomplish something and we don't accomplish that thing that we're after, we can call that a disappointment. But what we're failing to see is the blessing within that occurrence. Because even though you didn't get what you thought you were going to get from the situation, you certainly got something of value from it. So it's like we have our plans, but God and the universe has its plan for us as well. And its plan is better than our plan, because it sees and knows what we don't. So like I said, we need to see disappointments as divine guidance. So for example, I saw a guy that I liked and I wanted to be with him. And I was under the impression that he liked me too. But it turned out, well, I believed that he liked me, but I believed that he had people and things holding him back. But not only did he do that, I believe that these people were also encouraging him to do wicked things to me. So although I didn't get what I wanted from that situation, which is a loving relationship, having a companion and stuff like that, what it taught me was, number one, not everybody lives their life for themselves. So not everybody is in control of their mind. Not everybody is as strong as me to tell other people who are trying to infiltrate them to F off. So that's one thing that I realized. Some people give their power away to other people. The other thing I realize is, even without you doing something to someone, it doesn't mean that they won't treat you like crap. Okay? And the next thing is, yeah, some people just can't be trusted for a variation of reasons. I also learned a lot of other lessons in between because of our interaction with each other. So I'm saying all this to say, when you're in a situation and it doesn't work out the way that you hoped or you wanted it to, take a moment to see what you actually did get from that experience, because God is always giving us something that we need. So what that has made me now realize is I need to be very discerning who I choose to let into my personal space. Because just because it looked like a man, it doesn't mean that it is in control of its destiny, of its fate. You understand? Because if he was in control of his destiny and his fate, he would have treated me differently. Okay? So, a lot of research need to be put into when I am seeking to include someone in my personal life. That's what that has taught me. So even though I didn't get what I wanted, I got what I needed for sure. Okay, so accept disappointments gracefully. Now, another thing that I'm seeing with that statement is when you accept disappointments gracefully, it helps you to see straight. You can see clearly, because when your vision is clouded by anger, you can't see the situation clearly. You become irrational, which is why it's important some of the times or many times to give your anger a voice. So it's like, if you're not admitting what you're angry about to other people, at least admit it to yourself. Be true to yourself about what you're really feeling, what you're really experiencing. So that way you can see clearly. That's the first message. Why it's important to accept disappointments gracefully. Okay? Let's get the message from this next deck. What does God want us to know about accepting disappointments gracefully? One more time. Let's see, what does the master want to teach us? Sensei. Headmaster. I'm going to read from the book for this one. The book usually is more in depth. Ooh, so the card that came out is connectivity. What does God want us to know about accepting disappointments gracefully? Connectivity. Interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, we have reconciliations. So that's definitely connectivity. And look, possibility for union. So that's more connectivity. All right, just wait. Let me get book. I'm sorry, guys, but since the other day, my bag with all my books just disappeared. And I want to find it. So bear with me. Oh, I found it. Damn. It's under my washing. That's why it's good to tidy up your place. Shit. I've been feeling kind of like crappy lately, so I'm gonna be easy on myself. I got other stuff dealing with, you know? So I'm not gonna overwork or overpressure myself. I'm gonna do what I can when I can, because God has given me the freedom to take care of myself in the way that I see is necessary. Okay. So the shaman's dream, connectivity, jeweled web. Let's see what's that about. Sorry. Number 64. Page 64. All right. So it says, approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for a confirmation of what you already know, or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection. And so, naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. That is very true. It says, imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. So that's talking about keeping an open mind. It says, instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works. But know this, what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among this web of possibilities. And there's the connectivity. So you are always connected to what is for you. That's what I'm getting there. So it's like everybody has that special light. You cannot be connected. You cannot be disconnected from it, but you can delay it. But do we actually delay it? Because if we do something, it was destined to be done. That's a conversation for another time. Let me finish this. It says, you just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. So there's that energy of allowing yourself to stop being angry or stop feeling disappointment, accepting disappointment gracefully. Let me read that again. It said, you just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. So it's like turning your anger off and on, turning your hatred off and on, turning your jealousy off and on. Self mastery, you know. So it says, take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Okay. Who will you be when it is, who will you be when this is true for you? That's like faking it till you make it. Like, yeah, that's like saying you have to believe it to achieve it. Then it says, can you be that now? Feel that now. Practice that. The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. Okay. So this, what they just said there, takes me, I should show you guys this and put it on the screen so that you can like read it yourself if you didn't like how I read it for you. So if you put it on a big screen, you can see it clearly. Let's get you the next page. Okay. Yes. So what I was saying now is this brings me back to something I said already. It says, practice that. The better you know your path within this web of life. Talking about feelings. So disappointments, not accepting disappointments gracefully, it disconnects us from positive feelings. Positive feelings. So they're talking a lot about you have to feel that thing or put yourself there. So it's like an invisible line or an invisible string connecting you to where you want to be. Now what happens is when you experience disappointments, there's a break in that line. Imagine there's a break in that line. The longer you stay in that disappointing energies, the longer you continue or you get stuck where that line broke. So what you need to do is join back the line so that you can continue on your path. Joining back the line means bringing your focus back, forgiving and forgetting, letting it go, giving yourself peace again so that you can move forward again. Give yourself peace so that you can feel happy. Once you feel happy, you feel motivated. Once you're motivated, you'll take the steps that you need to take so that you can make yourself great. Okay? And this is the reason why it's important to accept disappointments gracefully. Disappointments disconnects us from our destiny. Disappointments disconnects us from our fate. Okay? So all people have to do to derail us from our own true destiny, our wonderful destiny and our wonderful fate is keep us disappointed. And that's why a lot of people do so much bad things to people, because the longer you stay fucked up in here, is the longer you stay delayed, the longer you stay stuck. So God says, accept disappointments gracefully. Yeah, tell yourself, I'm not going to let that hold me back there. Like I said, instead of wishing for the other person's downfall, wish for your succession. Wish for your progression. I think that's a better idea. All right, my loves, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you found this hear information helpful? I certainly did. God taught me the lesson before, but now it's broken down to me in a more clear way. Yeah. So, yeah, stay connected to your destiny, stay connected to your beautiful fate, stay connected to positivity, and not even witchcraft can hold you back from what is for you. Because remember, witchcraft starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Capture a man's mind, capture a woman's mind, and the body is useless. They're yours once you get their mind. That's why I say marriage starts in the mind. Marriage don't start on a piece of paper. People are married in the spirit realm before they get married in the physical realm. But that's a conversation for another life. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you the best. Remember to accept those disappointments gracefully. Don't let them slow you down, not for a long time anyway. Honor your feelings. Give voice to your anger, your disappointment, and stuff. Honor your feelings. Respect your feelings. Acknowledge them. And if you feel like, make the person who inflicted those on you acknowledge them too, or at least attempt to. But don't stay on that energy. Don't don't base your life on somebody saying sorry to you. Do not stop your life waiting for somebody to forgive you. Do not stop your life from flowing waiting for somebody to see you for who you truly are. None of that. You are the master of your fate. You have the power to turn it on and off. God said so, not me. So, like we said, thank you for watching. Until next time, my darlings, be great.